Welcome back, all my lovelies. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. It's about 74, 75 degrees. It's one of the last pretty days that we're gonna have this season, and we're fixing to take a sharp turn for the worse. I sound like a weather girl. Beautiful temperatures today and the next few days and nights, but plummeting to a plant-killing death in the next 72 hours. And for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Nina. This is my garden, and we are attempting to grow potatoes all the way through the winter. We're in Kentucky, so we have relatively mild winters, but you know how the old Farmer's Almanac is. It says this year is going to be a bad one. But it's almost mid-November now, and it's gorgeous out, so it's hard to believe that it's about to turn winter. I have not yet found the strength to tear down my corn, mainly because I like the noise it makes when the wind hits it. We've got plenty of okra to collect. You can hear the seeds rattling around in there. Our little greenhouse. This is the potato that started it all. We only built this little miniature greenhouse because we missed a potato and it started growing. There was actually a second one, but it got hit with a weed whacker by accident. We actually didn't know that there were potatoes growing in here, so we planted 6 more, and high hopes for everybody. Our other okra, we had lots of okra this year. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, lots and lots here yet still to dry. All of this way too big to eat, way past eating. And then we have the main okra, which was up near the house. And this is the stuff that got ridiculous. I mean, I know I'm short, but seriously. Our Brussels sprouts, which are looking like roses, aren't they absolutely gorgeous? Now these guys we planted in early spring along with everything else, but nothing happened. It was such a hot summer. They're starting to really take off now. This is how big. Kind of look like little palm trees from under here. I'm gonna have to go get my G.I. Joes and have some fun with this later. We have our bean trellis, of course, which is just finally starting to slow down. All this death and dryness has really all happened just in the last couple of weeks. Still some nice little pickables on there. I mean, focus. These are really still nice and tender. That one's good. Not ready. These are all good over here, not ready. So we'll just go around and play the crunch game. Now the last time you guys were here, we made over this bed, which actually is kind of camouflage now because of the leaves. But this was our entire squash and zucchini patch. We got it ready for winter, we tilled everything up, removed all the old root balls. We're gonna plant something totally different here next year, I just don't know what. Underneath is nice fluffy soil, a fresh layer of peat moss, and a layer of mulched up leaves. They're not as mulched up as I want them to be, but we have a massive thick piece of cardboard that's going to go over it for the entire winter once the ground gets soaked down one more time. Well, we have plenty of okra seeds for now. Let's say we collect some beans. All right, well, it's not many. It did take me a while to get Caroline to stop snacking on them. But what's here, a vast majority of them are still drying, so we're gonna leave them for a couple of more days. Hopefully we'll have more to pick before our big freeze. All right, that leaves us with only 2 orders of business: collecting our dried peppers for seeds and collecting the tomatoes that have fallen on the ground since our last little bit of rain. What's green we'll hope turns red, and what's red we'll use to collect seeds. As much as I love tomatoes, I am totally okay with not eating any of these. I am tomatoed out. These have been the most abundantly producing tomatoes I've ever had, and it was a bad growing year, so I can only imagine what the seeds I'm collecting today are gonna do for me next spring. Nice little heirloom. No bug spots on it. Okay, I might eat this one. Oh shoot. guy hanging off of a dead branch. We'll do some bushwhacking in here. This is just what was on the ground. Oh my god, I wish you guys could smell this. Survival garden seeds, yo. If you haven't gotten your seeds, it's still not too late. That code's good for all of 2022, but you are running out of time. If you want non-GMO, non-hybridized heirloom seeds that you can actually take the seed from the plant and plant it for years to come, go to www.survivalgardenseeds.com and get a discount on one of the 3 packs using Nina Rind Woodwater Outdoors as your discount code. I went ahead and got all 3 survival packs. I just wanted to try absolutely everything, and some of the things I've grown this year, the okra, I've never grown okra before, that was really cool. I've never grown Brussels sprouts, we're still waiting to see how that turns out. And I mean, here we are almost mid-November, and I'm picking the last of my tomatoes. These are going to redden up beautifully, by the way, and I know you can't see it, we'll show it here in a second, but there are a ton left. These are the hardiest tomatoes I've ever grown, and the first time I've ever actually grown heirloom tomatoes and gotten heirloom tomatoes. I can't tell you guys how many times I've bought heirloom plants, like pre-grown, you know, 2-3 feet high, and I might get like one little tomato, but it just stays green until it eventually gets bottom end rot. But these tomatoes, it was a hard growing year, and I mean, I almost killed them I don't know how many times, and here they are. They're so big that they've fallen over because they're twice the height of my tomato cage. That's probably about the last one we're gonna pick. I'm gonna give it just a couple more days on the green ones and we'll come back and collect these guys too, because we don't want anything to frost and rot. We want to save as much as possible, even if all we can do is fried green tomatoes. Did not get any luck with the, oh my gosh. Well, I guess it wants to come home with us. I just watched it fall. Oh my gosh! Oh mama, how are you hiding? Let's get a closer look at you. Are you serious? And there's twins? Oh my goodness, y'all. Yeah. Oh my god. Look at these beauties. I thought these were all done for the year. Got one little pinhole there. If there's a resident, we'll save that one for seeds, but this one looks gorgeous. I think this is going to be my lunch. God, I can smell it from here. Oh. Not a bad haul, y'all. Especially considering how late in the year it is and how many tomatoes I've taken off these things through the season. God, I can't wait to start my plants in the spring. That's definitely the most tomatoes I've ever picked in November. I cannot say enough good things about Survival Garden Seeds, and I really appreciate the opportunity they've afforded me and letting me try them out. I did get all 3 of the Survival Garden packs. I've personally bought plenty of heirloom seeds and plants that weren't really heirloom at all, but a tricky tag to help sell more of them, and really, you're just gonna end up with heartbreak if you go that way. So use that discount code while it's still good, guys. You've got like maybe 6 weeks left until it expires, and hopefully we can start a new one next year. I've had the highest success rate with not only sprouting, but transplanting as well. In the past, transplant shock has been a huge problem for me, no matter how well I harden off my plants, no matter how gentle I am with the roots. Even if I get a biodegradable cup and plant the entire thing with the bottom pulled out, transplant's always been a really tough part of the year for me. So we had huge success with that, and for that I am most grateful and will be a returning customer for years to come. So use the discount code in front of you, Nina Rind Woodwater Outdoors. It's gonna get you a hefty discount on one of the 3 survival garden packs. I personally bought all 3. I'm good for a while. I'd like to say that you guys are too. So use it while you got it, guys. Maybe you'll be picking tomatoes next November too.